Hey guys, welcome to our first camera edition of Eat, Sleep, Breathe Sports. I'm pretty excited. I got a new camera. I can see myself on it, so. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of blurry to me. I hope it looks better to you guys. But anyway, hey, it's our first camera show, and it happened to be on a WWE one, a special that we got Bruce over here on a Tuesday, so that's kind of cool.
On a Tuesday.
So we're going to talk about. What are we going to talk about, Jimmy?
We're just going to make it simple because it's a random night to do one. We're going to just cover the Greatest Royal Rumble and the Backlash pay-per-view. And then when we do the next show, we'll cover actual Raws and SmackDowns happened because it's really sucked here lately. So it'll be easy to recap a couple weeks.
It all sucked hard.
That bad?
Harder
Yes.
than Jimmy on a Saturday night.
Damn Viagra pills. So, I mean, that's pretty much going to be what we're looking at there. Bruce, you got anything that you want to talk about as far as
Honestly, the only
Greatest Rumble?
positive I seen from the last 2 weeks was the Raw directly after the Greatest Royal Rumble. And my only props for that entire show go to the crowd, because the Canadian crowd was absolutely fucking lit. Like, I mean, that was the best crowd I've seen since the crowd after WrestleMania at Raw. So, I mean,
Okay, well, hold
kudos to the Canadian crowd in Montreal.
Hold Raw and SmackDowns for the legitimate show Thursday if we do a Thursday.
Well, yeah, we're going to do another.
Well, yeah,
we're going to go back to our
That's all I'm
regular
going to say.
schedule.
That's how bad it's been. That's
Okay.
the only kudos I can give. Over the
But I
last
mean, as
2
far
weeks.
as Greatest Royal Rumble being the most dignified house show I've ever seen
Right.
in my life. Because let's wander it through start to finish. You start with the John Cena Triple H. You opened up with that. It was a typical Triple H John
It was
Cena.
manure.
It wasn't anything spectacular. It wasn't anything. It was a good match.
It was a decent match. I thought so. I mean,
I
for
mean-
what it was.
I think we could have did it better on 2K18 myself, but
That'll be an interesting one. We'll have to get it and we'll throw together a thing and we'll live stream a simulation of what we think the best pay-per-view would be.
bra and panties match for the championship. We need to get that bust that out. Remember that back in the day?
I don't
You
think
talk
they
about-
have those anymore.
I don't think they do. They're probably like 2
For any of you that ever played the old sport or the old wrestling games,
It
that
was
bra and
on,
panties match. You know that
Oh,
is
in the
the
actual
most
games? Yeah,
brutal.
yeah.
That is the most brutal match in those games. Like when you get done with one of those, you know, like your hands are burning. That was like the craziest match ever.
That was the greatest because
That was
okay,
always
so
like the
back in
main
day-
championship belt because that was the hardest
Back
one.
in the day, we had the little toy belts and we would pass them around based on who was winning matches
And
and,
I had like
everything.
3 of them.
Yeah,
Right.
Bruce had like 3 of them at one time, but his favorite way to defend was bra and panty matches. Because
Hey,
you had to sit
everybody
and
has
for
their
that.
own,
But I
right?
like the TLCs. I like the TLCs
Right.
too.
Okay, but yeah, that John Cena Triple H, it could have been better, could have been worse. It wasn't anything overtly awesome. Cruiserweight Championship match, which, for anybody listening, for anybody who ends up listening, for anybody that ends up watching, I want to know your thoughts. What is the weight for a cruiserweight? If you go with the current, it's the 205. If you go with the classic, it's the 220. Which is the preferred? Which is more realistic?
205.
205 is more preferred in my point of view.
Right now, yes, because Bruce and I were just looking at because of the discussion. Do you realize a lot of the wrestlers that they have that are the main card? They're not main cards. The main eventers. Your Daniel Bryan, your AJ Styles. Not one of them is really over 230.
Right.
So to keep your cruiserweight status at 220, like the original belt, you end up. All these people are now cruiserweights, which wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing because I think Shinsuke Nakamura as a cruiserweight and actually let him do the cruiserweight style wrestling would be very awesome.
I think Finn Balor could dominate the cruiserweight division.
205 exactly
That's
what
where
he
he needs to
discovered,
be.
so maybe that would be realistic. But yeah, as far as the cruiserweight championship match at the Rumble was Cedric Alexander beating Kalisto. I don't really watch the cruiserweight matches anymore because I don't really know any of the guys. I don't watch 205 live. None of them really catch my attention. They fired Enzo and the cruiserweight.
Basically, they fired the only personality in the division. So.
Right. So on that note, real quick, while we're talking about cruiserweights, didn't we want to talk about a poll?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so
loserweight Hall of Fame poll.
So this week for the Hall of Fame poll, we're gonna go ahead and do cruiserweights.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start at the other end before I tell you all my pick. My pick is hilarious because realistically, I'm not picking him for any reason, for anything he ever did with a wrestling company. But I'll share that here in a second. So Bruce, who do you got that you want to take for?
Well, obviously, since you know I don't give two shits about cruiserweights, so it's kind of hard for me to think of somebody. I'd think of a few, but honestly, if you want to go deserving and then longevity and everything else, I'm going to go Jushin Thunder Liger.
Go with Jushin Thunder Liger. All right.
Did my original pick stand? Did we already?
Bruce, call it. You
Determine
gonna let him take the original
I don't
pick?
consider him a cruiserweight. But whatever. I mean, if
All
you
right.
do it. I ain't going to stop you.
But I guess we could ask everybody else. I wish I had my original app up on my Mixler for our podcast because I could talk to everybody, but we could actually pull it up here. If you go on the computer and go to Mixler.com, it should pop right up. Maybe we can get some guys' input on
I
this.
mean, if that's the case, then you can throw all kinds of guys in there.
So we'll come back to
Jericho,
this on my pick. But my original pick was Eddie Guerrero, and I think his weight was 225.
220 upon death.
Yeah. And then who was my pick? I keep forgetting who it was.
You said your other pick that you were going to go with if we decided that didn't stand was going to be
Ultimo Dragon.
Ultimo
yeah,
Dragon.
Ultimo Dragon.
That's right. Oh shit! It's gonna make me change the password. All right, go ahead and click on that. Yeah, Ultimo Dragon was gonna be my other pick. So, yeah, if my pick for Guerrero stands, we're gonna let you guys determine that if it stands. But also, we're gonna need you in the votes.
Seeing how that poll will not actually go up until Thursday. Between now and Thursday, I'm going to probably put a thread up on the Facebook page itself. We will see what happens as far as that goes. Give us your thoughts back on that. On Thursday,
oh no!
I'm going to probably put
I was waiting for it to happen. It's one time
Click.
every show. Yeah, there you go.
I'll just mute it. 'cause I
Every
don't need it.
time.
And so that leaves me, and my pick is actually Rey Mysterio, and I'm not picking Rey Mysterio for.
He's picking him because he killed somebody in the ring. Because
Yes, no, nothing that he has ever
He
done.
said yes. No, wait.
Nothing he has ever done in wrestling is my pick for the reasoning for my pick. I am actually picking Rey Mysterio because he was Robert Englund's stunt double in Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah.
I was like qualified for cruiserweight.
That's his pick. Why? I mean, in the cruiser, I would
say Freddy Krueger's a cruiserweight.
Hey,
if you didn't
now
pick
we
Rey
know.
Mysterio, I was going to pick Rey Mysterio. That was my first pick, and he's just an overall badass, and his size and some of the guys he fought back in the day that just really
I
impressed
think
me.
the
you know
Juice
what I
could take him. So
the Juice, Hoovy.
Moving tooth.
Is he?
So you
Oh.
should take Hoovy next time next time Cruiserweights rolls around just to see what happens.
You both said tonight that you both don't care about cruiserweights, so why did we go with?
I do like cruiserweights.
Yeah, Jimmy
I
likes
do.
them.
I enjoy the cruiserweight division
Right.
because
I like
they
a
are more
few,
that
but
high
not,
flying
you know what I
style.
mean? Like nothing.
Unfortunately,
I like wrestlers. Like I'm old school, '80s fucking big.
and I'm more into like the Japanese or what you see on the indie scenes where it's more like the lucha libre, the high flying, the flipping.
Yeah, I'm into that.
That's my. So
I'm into all of it.
But
It's
there's
cool, but-
not a lot of good cruiserweights right now. They disbanded the,
No, I
the
get
belt
you, yeah.
with Hornswoggle being the last champion.
They're trying
and
to
then-
jumpstart tag teams, but they still ain't really doing shit with tag.
We'll see it all come together. H is slowly getting his hands in there. That's
There's
why
quite a
we
few
got
really
the
good tag teams right
team.
now. Like it's crazy.
Well, that's
They
why
keep-
we're
they
seeing
keep teaming
that.
up Strowman and Lashley too. So,
But that's why we're seeing it is because H has his hand in there, so you can actually. We're gonna have evolution over the next few years, and it's gonna be pretty wet.
I think they need to just skip the bullshit. We need Ziggler and McIntyre against Lashley and Strowman.
The reason why I
Get
skipped
it
out
over
and didn't do tag teams, and I told him this, and I want to tell you, the reason why I skipped out and didn't do tag teams this week, like I originally discussed with you, was what defines a tag team?
Two people fighting other people and
how many
tagging each
members?
other to get in.
How many members are technically in a tag team?
Yeah, you're not doing no three bullshit.
No,
Mr.
two,
New
man.
Day or
Two.
Hey,
whatever
the
you're trying-
Freebirds,
whatever.
the Freebirds were the
Get out
tag
of here
team.
with the Freebirds, dude.
Oh,
Those dudes were terrible.
I'm not saying they were good. I'm just saying what defines a tag team. So when I do the tag team,
team. But yeah,
How many guys are on a football team?
Shit, man. Anyway, look, I know you can tag multiple people. You know, if you want to tag them in, but it's
So-
dual, man. You know,
But I
that's
think
the
when it
greatest
comes to
ones
that, I
coming
want to
down
do factions and the overall.
Well, that'll be a
with
different thing.
everything,
Tag
so.
teams is one thing, and then factions is one.
All right. I can see what you're gonna say with that. All right, so but yeah, Cedric Alexander beat Kalisto for the or to retain, or was he champion going in? Who was champion going into that?
I have no idea. Last I know, Kalisto had it, but then I think he lost it to Enzo, and then Enzo got fired, and I don't know what they did with it.
Because it says, it says C, and I assume
So I
he
think
was the
Alexander
champion
has
going.
it.
Okay, yeah, Alexander was the champion going in. Okay, the tag team eliminator finished out with Bray and Matt versus Sheamus and Cesaro, and Sheamus and Cesaro lost.
Yeah.
Deleted! Jimmy.
Delightful.
I thought it was wonderful.
That-
That guy's a weirdo now.
Dude, he's awesome.
Eh.
I love that gimmick. I have for a while. Still,
The
once
Eater of
again,
terrestrial
it's not-
entities.
It was a decent match. Sheamus and Cesaro were awesome. I love the fact that you're gonna laugh at me and call me stupid and make fun of me with horrible names as soon as I say this. But do you realize that when Sheamus and Cesaro come to the ring, they actually are doing the fusion dance from Dragon Ball Z?
No, and who cares? I'm
wouldn't-
not even going to comment on how
I've
I
watched
feel
Dragon
about
Ball.
Dragon
I
Ball.
never noticed that.
Yep.
I never paid attention either. I only started watching it again like 2 weeks ago.
Jimmy, you can
Maybe.
suck on my Dragon Balls. Call me Goku.
We know you don't do wrestling, Dave. We said come over and you can do a show with me after these guys are done. We're doing a 30-minute show because we're doing video now.
Yeah, Dave
Sir.
Roberts, shut your mouth.
Sir. God damn it.
Sounds like
What is he talking about?
you got a weird whistling noise in the
Well,
background.
that's fucking cool.
Yay.
Could be my air conditioning. I would
Might be.
assume it'd be my air conditioning.
Hopefully. No, hopefully.
Anyway, back to the wrestling because we only got 20 more minutes.
So yeah, there's once again not really a whole lot to talk about. House show-esque match. Yay. Hardy and Wyatt are the champs now.
Yeah, there were a few good results from it, but none of the matches were really.
None of the matches actually mattered. It didn't push forward any storylines. It was a glorified house show. No women were actually on the card because of the Saudi Arabian laws and rules.
What?
Yep.
I didn't think about that. I wouldn't even.
No women
Pay
on
no
the
attention.
card whatsoever because of Saudi laws.
I know. Fucking Middle Eastern bullshit. Fucking women are still in fucking.
Their loss.
I mean, so let's be even more realistic about it. You had Harper and Rowan versus the Usos, and here the last 2 weeks before that, correct me if I'm wrong, Naomi has been coming out and saving.
Twice.
Oh, but she couldn't do it in Saudi Arabia.
No, but what if she came out with her face covered? It would have been okay, right?
No. Then they could have put anybody out there.
You probably got a bunch of fans jumping the thing and started beating them.
Yeah, it had been all horrible. And the IC ladder match, Rollins retained.
That was decent, but the end was kind of
Styles retained because him and Nakamura went to the double count out.
That shit's getting old. Like,
Taker defeated.
Like if you're gonna
Rusev
have
in
him
the
beat
casket.
him, have him beat him already. That way we can get AJ's rematch out of the way. So you don't have to Why are you gonna sit here and drag it out like 8 matches? Like shit gets old. Oh, it's the dream match. Oh, okay. So now let's push it down your throat 6 times. Like guess what? It stopped being a dream match like 4 matches ago.
No, it is a dream match, and it will be a dream match in my opinion for quite a while.
Retarded, dude.
The
Oh, double
problem
low
is-
blows. Count both men counted out. Like get out of here.
That's just it. Their finishes are what are horrible, and I can't.
Vince, the writing's horrible. I mean, seriously, we're
Right.
sitting right here. We're doing a show. Me and Jimmy. I mean, we got this. We'll take half what you're paying the current writer.
These two guys.
Well, I don't
man,
know.
they're
I don't know
pissed.
because Mick Foley's son is one of the writers, and
Well,
I don't think.
Well, he's
they're
doing a
gonna
shitty
care.
job. Like
Obviously, yeah. I mean,
you guys watch.
This is the most loaded roster they have had since the end of the Attitude Era. They're
Yes.
absolutely
Yes.
jack shit with it. They should be having kill it matches every single night on both shows with the amount of talent that they have.
So you take all
Like,
the
I mean,
heavyweights.
seriously.
You take all the heavyweights. I'll take all the cruiserweights, and we'll just at the beginning of Monday night, I'll hand you what I want to do. You'll hand me what you want to do. We'll tell them that's what they're doing, and we'll just go on from business. Vince needs to hire us. We'll do it 2 nights a week.
Or we can even run our shit by the other people, you know, so they can see how good it is. Like, holy shit, why didn't we think of this?
No joke.
You know
no
what I mean?
joke.
That's what they need. They need
okay.
somebody in there with some new shit, or even hash some of the old shit back out. Like, I mean, all these old school rivalries that they could still be doing, especially now that they got all these guys back. Like,
It's not even just that. Okay.
Quit doing the same old bullshit and then giving us shitty ending matches every time. Like,
Every
that's
fucking
all it's
time.
been, yeah.
Every time.
That's all it's been.
It's ridiculous. Tell the camera.
Come on.
God.
So, the other thing, all right, so to get back on rolling through, because I still want to get through Backlash 2, which wasn't really any better.
Lash is what it should have been called.
Best match was the first match of the night.
Best match.
No,
Or who was it? Which one was it?
no, not. This is still the greatest Royal Rumble that we have pulled up here. Taker beat Rusev, but he put both of them in the casket. That was lovely.
We knew that was going to be a squash match, though, pretty much. So.
Yeah. Lesnar defeated Roman Reigns in controversial fashion.
Yeah, that was actually awesome.
That was a good match. I'm impressed, but once again, Lesnar carried Roman. Roman
beat the hell out of
Lesnar carried it.
That's the only thing that was.
No, Lesnar does not carry.
Lesnar is
WrestleMania 19, Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle. Go watch it. That's the one where he does the shooting star press and goes up against the mat at the end. I love it. But yeah, what do you think? Who technically won that match?
What, the one where he speared him through the cage?
Lesnar versus Reigns, yeah.
I don't know. Supposedly it's supposed to be whoever's feet hit it first. So if you want to get technical, I guess in that regard it would be Reigns. But the first person that actually hit it was Lesnar. So.
Okay, but we've seen in the past people get speared through cages, people get thrown through cages, and usually they're declared the winner.
That's why I think it's stupid as fuck to begin with. They shouldn't even did it that way.
Did you? Oh, and the other thing that I want to bring up about that.
I just want to bring up for our first video, and for most of you that haven't listened to our show, any of our shows, Bruce is a pessimist. So you get used to a lot of this is stupid bullshit because he's a realist too. Don't let that fool you. Bruce is a realist.
He's a pessimistic realist.
He's
a realistic pessimist.
That's right.
Hey,
you gotta
man.
work to impress me. I'm sorry.
But seriously though, with wrestling the way it used to be back in the day, what's the world? I think because it's just not as good as it used to be. These are shitty gimmicks. They're coming up
I've
with
been watching this
recycled
shit since I was 5 years old.
Yeah,
So
yeah, recycled gimmicks, shitty characters.
Oh.
The Miz is cool though, but he don't.
Oh, come on.
Did you
get the fuck out.
Did you notice from the one camera angle that went during that cage match though? Did you notice that the one camera angle that they used as soon as Lesnar was going through the cage and you could see the cage falling away from the rest of the cage, all the zip ties that were flying all through the air? That had me rolling. I was like, oh geez, Jesse. And then you have the important thing of the whole thing, the Rumble itself. 50
The
men,
Rumble.
50
Which
men.
the only good thing about it was the end result.
Braun Strowman
Strowman winning, but other than that, it was pretty lame. And
But they haven't highlighted that belt.
Saudi crowd too. I'm disappointed in you. You guys were lame as fuck. Like,
Yeah,
where is the enthusiasm? Like, I mean, you guys are usually fucking doing what on a fucking?
They're out in the
Sunday,
desert
whatever,
riding on fucking
and you're out.
ATVs,
You're sitting here
bro.
watching wrestling. Like, I mean, come on.
Damn.
You guys should have been in it. Like,
Should have been fucking.
I mean, you had your moments, but for the most part,
All right.
I mean, Montreal.
But you
blew
could see
out
the
of
camera,
water.
bro, and a lot of them weren't even paying attention.
Like, Montreal wasn't even a pay-per-view. That was just a Monday Night Raw, and they blew you out of the water.
Yeah, a lot of them weren't even paying
Disappointed,
attention.
Saudi.
Okay, well,
Overall, though, nice job in the show, especially the pyro was fucking. on
Okay,
point.
so
Like,
we're
they had some
gonna
good-ass pyro.
we're gonna run through the entrance and who threw them out and numbers and all that fun stuff real quick. I'm not gonna do all of them. You really don't need all of them. Not everybody on the mat in the match was really that important. We're gonna start with Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler. Daniel Bryan at number 1, Ziggler at number 2.
Yes.
Daniel Bryan with his hamburger meat chest at the end of the match.
Yeah, he an hour and 16 minutes was the 48th elimination.
Which I don't consider the record. They're trying to combine it now and say, oh, now they're saying that this broke all the Royal Rumble records, which is bullshit because all the other Royal Rumbles only had 30 people in them, except for the one that had 40. So you're giving these dudes an extra fucking 20 dudes on the other 30. So of course, if they last in it, they're going to last longer because there's more dudes, and of course they're going to have more eliminations. So, kind of stupid, but
Well, I mean, even with
And then they didn't
extra
even
people.
have Kane in the motherfucker.
I know,
How
I
do
know.
you have a Rumble, and especially call it the greatest Royal Rumble, and you don't have the dude who had the record for the most people thrown out the motherfucker
Except
in the
Kane
motherfucker?
doesn't have the record anymore. Roman Reigns is the current record holder,
Well,
and
still,
now
whatever.
Braun Strowman is the current record holder because
Right.
they're giving him credit for the
Which is all
record for this.
bullshit. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Horse
Let
shit.
Kane defend his shit. Get out there,
Roman's-
Mayor Kane. Where the fuck are you at?
Running for mayor.
Yeah.
Fucking elect is the
Roman
president.
Reigns is a legitimate 30 man.
Huh?
So
What? Say that again?
Roman Reigns is
The only
record
thing
is a
legitimate
legitimate
that Roman
30
Reigns
man.
is a bitch.
Biatch.
Is a member of
He's a
the
legit
only
bitch.
Samoan family in wrestling. So yeah, you got those two. Daniel Bryan survived the whole thing, more or less.
Yeah.
Crap. Mark Henry. Somebody gonna get their ass kicked.
Mizark.
Somebody gonna get their wig split.
That's right. Beat him up, break his neck.
He only ended up with 3 eliminations. I definitely, even coming in as a legend,
You
I would've
expected
thought,
anything less? I mean, how long have they bitched Mark Henry out? Like, I mean,
Dude,
let's
no,
get serious
his
here.
the last run they actually
The
gave
only
him
time
was
they ever
actually
did bitch him
worthwhile.
out was when he was doing the Hall of Pain shit. And that
Which
and
was
that
that last
lasted
run.
for like maybe a couple months.
That lasted longer than
No,
that.
they didn't last that long. Then they
It lasted
bitched him
almost
right
a
back out.
year.
Like, for
Dude,
being
I
the world's
promise you.
strongest
When did
man,
they
he
put
sure did get bitched out a
Wait,
lot.
what number was he?
More like the world's most bitched out man.
He's down here somewhere. He came out late.
Oh, right there, 35.
Yeah, he came out 35. He got thrown out 39. He was only in it for. Oh, he got thrown out by Elias.
Whoa! We're the liars!
What does WWE stand for? Okay, so funny fact: the Hiroki Sumi, the sumo wrestler that I was just telling you about.
I just remembered before the show they were saying a bunch of
Japanese lawsuit.
Japanese.
Hiroki Sumi!
Yeah.
That's getting edited out. So, the only reason he was actually on the card was because the King of Saudi Arabia wanted Yokozuna in the Royal Rumble,
But
and
they
that's
couldn't.
next to
Yokozuna
impossible.
wasn't available to be dug up at that time.
More or less.
And Akibono couldn't be found. He was somewhere in the North Pacific.
I asked you, and I don't remember if you gave me an answer or not. Do you remember if Kofi Kingston had a Royal Rumble moment?
No, I don't. I don't think he did. Like I said, I think they finally ran out of gimmicks for him, of ways to not get eliminated to prolong his not getting eliminated, I should say.
Oh, one of my personal favorite surprise entrance out of the whole thing. Hornswoggle.
This coming from the man that wants to eat pancakes from Big E's G-string.
No, thank you. No, thank
Jimmy's
you.
all
I'll
about those
pass.
New Day cakes, I'm telling you.
Dude, he attempted to do the tadpole splash.
Tadpole splash.
Attempted, yeah.
Okay, so it's the midget version.
I already knew what it was,
Oh,
Mr.
that's
PC.
getting edited.
It's little people. Thank
That's getting
you.
edited. Yeah, I was gonna say that's getting edited. That was
Anyway.
correct, Jimothy.
Jimmy.
I don't think that one.
But the tadpole splash should be a. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously,
Tadpole
that's funny
splash
as hell.
right into your mom's
That's
face,
freaking hilarious. I knew what it was though. I figured that's what it was. So.
No, sorry, we're gonna edit that out too.
Hey, if I can call my kids that in front of little people and they don't get offended, I'm 90% positive I can say it in a podcast and it's in a well situation.
Jesus, I hope we make it one day.
Where's the
Nothing special. Kurt Angle, nothing special. Elias, nothing special. Oh yeah, Rhino, yeah, nothing special. Nothing special.
Stereo.
Ray.
Our great, touch a great host over here. Nothing special.
Drew Gulak. You're gonna tell me that I need to
You
tell
know
them-
you love Gulak.
I can't, dude. He's one of those cruiserweights
Woo!
that doesn't get me. I can't stand him.
Everybody loves Gulak. Macaroni and hamburger.
Ugh, it's just
That's
disgusting.
goulash,
That's
isn't it?
goulash. It's
No,
fucking
no,
gross.
I'll eat some of that.
Ugh.
Dude,
Yeah,
what?
I'll bet.
That's the next poll on the sports page.
Sami Zayn
Do
doesn't
you
like
like or
goulash.
do you not
imagine
like
that.
goulash? Because it's
Get
fucking
it out of
gross.
here, eh?
Fucking Sami Zayn's a douchebag. I'm offended to look like him.
Oh. He used to be cool when he wore a mask
Everybody,
and
we need to start a
nobody knew him.
GoFundMe to get Sammy his hat that he has in WWE that he doesn't have here. We want to get the hat for him.
I don't want
Yes.
anything from
Yes.
that.
It's totally good. The pants would be great too. But
Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong was one of the only. I mean, there was. Hang on, how many NXTs were there total? 1, 2.
I hate to break it to everyone,
Three,
but the only reason
four.
Roderick Strong is even relevant is because he joined the fucking Undisputed Era.
Whatever. Get over it. Nuh-uh. You're full of it.
Whatever, dude. He's a plain Jane wrestler if I've ever seen one. Like, the dude has nothing. He just comes out, yeah! Oh man, that is a hell of an entrance. I mean, I'm gonna remember that guy when I go home. Let me tell you.
Hey, do you like Daniel Bryan?
No, I mean he's all right, but yeah, he has the whole. You know what I mean? He doesn't just come out and go, yeah, and take his jacket off. Like, get out of here,
The
dude.
whole way down. So okay, Roderick Strong needs to one pump it.
Yeah, man, you got. If you're coming out, dude, your entrance needs
Roderick
to be
Strong's
on
dad
point.
one pumped it, obviously.
Uh-oh, got a call. Gotta take that.
See, that's why you
Let's
use
see
your
what
phone.
else we got.
He's unprofessional, ass.
Hey, man,
It's
I'm
the shit I'm
phone's clear across
surrounded
the
with that I
room.
have to deal with here. I'm like Bobby the Brain Heenan surrounded by fucking buffoons or something.
Shut the
Hey,
fuck up.
wait. Okay, if that's the case,
Fucking
I want you to
Sami
wrestle.
Zayn and
Shut up! I want you to wrestle Jesse, and the loser has to wear a weasel costume.
A weasel costume? Where are we gonna get a weasel costume? Are you paying for it?
I'll go to fucking boys.
Okay, I'm down. We can set up a charity wrestling
Listen here,
match.
Byron.
He's gonna call himself the Brain. I want to see him in the weasel costume.
That'd be fucking dope. We do have to have a fucking like a special gimmick
I'll
wrestling
wear
match.
the Rikishi
That's why we gotta
costume
get a hold of
and
Dave and
give
all
me the
them to
stink
put
face.
on nothing where anybody can get
Right.
like us do anything crazy. But,
Right. I just want to learn.
have
to
them do a
anyway,
match. Or
Actually,
something.
yeah,
That'd be cool,
yeah.
you know, for we could raise some money for charity or something.
You know, I am shocked. Jericho was the last entrant, and
Got bitched out.
yeah,
how long was he in? 3 minutes.
3 minutes 18 seconds.
About as long as one of his songs.
Disgraceful.
Hey, the Great Khali.
That dude has. Oh, I'm sorry, but that dude's always been a joke. Like, big, huge body, skinny little legs. Like, I mean, what the actual fuck? Like, seriously.
And that pretty much covers everything. Like I said, Strowman wins it.
26, pretty good.
What?
18. So let's
What?
run the Backlash card real quick, which is probably just as much shit.
Took the backlash.
Just. Oh.
Rollins versus The Miz for the IC was the best match on the card. The pre-show match was Ruby
Because the Miz
Riott
was in it.
with the Riot Squad beating Bailey. So yay! I'm telling you, man, I want to see them start a women's tag team belt setup, and it's gonna be Liv Morgan and Alexa Bliss, and they're gonna run a Dr. Evil mini-me gimmick.
That reminds me, though, you're talking about that. My prediction is coming to fruition. They signed the other two women from the UFC, and they're currently in the training center
Yes.
training to become wrestlers. So my prediction is that we're gonna have the 4 horsewomen of WWE against the 4 horsewomen of UFC, and I'm gonna say it's gonna happen by next May.
Elimination Chamber.
So who's in there right now from the UFC?
No, I don't think it's gonna be an
Rousey?
elimination chamber. I think it's gonna be a 4-way tag, or 8 tag, whatever. You know what I mean? 4
Okay,
v4.
so who?
You got Ronda Rousey, and who's in there with her?
I can't remember the other two or the other 3. Well, it'll be Rousey, Baszler, and then the other 2. I can't remember what the other 2 are, or what their names are.
I think Cyborg should come over for like one match and fight Rousey sometime.
But yeah, mark my words. I think it's gonna happen. We're gonna have 4 horsewomen of the UFC.
All right,
versus
4
of
horsewomen
or of NXT. I'm sorry, whatever.
of
WWE.
MMA.
Well, yeah, that
Shayna Baszler, Ronda Rousey,
Korea.
Beth Correa,
Yeah, Beth Correa, and then
Doesn't say.
Jasmine Duke,
Jasmine Duke. Yep, there you go.
Jasmine Duke, and then NXT. That is
Becky
Sasha
Lynch,
Banks.
Sasha Banks,
Yup.
Charlotte Flair, and Bailey.
Is it Bailey or is it Paige?
It's Bailey.
You know they ain't gonna let the wrestling chicks.
Yeah,
lose.
yeah.
UFC chicks put up a good fight, but it would.
Well, that would be.
I don't
It
know.
would be
I bet
perfect for
they'll
an
win 'cause they got
elimination
Rousey
chamber.
and Baszler.
Be perfect for an elimination chamber.
Baszler's beast in like the whole NXT division right now. So
Run it like they did the other one. The one that they just had 8 people in. You just put.
this will be the new women's revolution. You'll have all these retired and washed up UFC people coming over.
You put 1 from each or 2 from each in each of the pods, and then you start off
Sorry,
with
no
an
disrespect.
actual
I
tag
mean, it's
match.
the truth. They're retired or washed up. That's why they're coming over. So just gotta lay it down how it is. 100% truth here.
we
from
keep it
Motorcycle.
real.
Regardless if it hurts your feelings, Scott. I just
Yeah.
don't care.
Well,
Okay, so back over to Backlash real quick because I know we're starting to run short on timer. Nia Jax, Alexa
tick-tock,
Bliss.
Jimmy's afraid of the big bad clock.
Nah, it's 1, 2. You hear the clock coming.
No, Jimmy.
I'm coming.
How
MVP.
dare you?
How
How dare you?
need to rehire MVP.
I reference Hook and you come back at me with MVP.
I
Kiss
do.
my ass, sir.
You guys should wrestle. I think that's what we should do.
Oh, please.
No, I can't do that. I'm gonna coup de grace him.
Accolade. I put him in the accolade, straight up.
I want to see somebody get pedigreed. That's all.
No, accolade. Or else fucking F5.
Yeah.
The women's match, Raw's women title match, Jax versus Bliss.
Actually,
was
Sammy, my
Joe.
personal favorite that I've always
Actually,
been fond of
Sammy.
is the Edge's old DDT
Yeah,
where he
yeah.
grabs her fucking belt loop, picks
Yeah,
him up,
man.
and drops him in the that.
Yeah. I miss old school wrestling, dude.
I'm saying, man.
I wish we could make a time machine and just.
Especially specials. Best special right now. We need to do a poll on that. Fucking Baron Corbin, dude. End of Days is the best special.
Best
right
special?
now in wrestling.
We can run.
We definitely do need a poll for that. All time best special. You know.
all
That would be
time?
That would be
Yeah, we
one
gotta
that we
do
would
it.
actually
No,
All
we gotta-
time's
people
got to be
put
Stone
in there.
Cold Stunner, dude.
We got to put a lot of options on there, though. You know?
Well, no, that's one that you can just leave open and
Well, for
let,
everybody to add, yeah.
just anybody can add to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jax versus Bliss. Jax.
We just got a
won.
message from the
Yay.
anonymous Raw general manager.
Yeah, he said that.
he said it's
Ross-
Hornswoggle
sorry,
when he's
Ross
under the
Suck,
ring.
We're working on it, guys.
Yeah. Hardy versus Randy Orton. That was the most blah match I have ever seen in
Well, it's
my
because
life.
Randy Orton. His
No, you
gimmick
shut
hasn't
your mouth.
changed. I used to love Randy Orton, but he sucks now.
Well, Bruce
He hears voices in his head. They
likes to
him.
call him Borton. And I mean, his style has gotten a little bit boring over
Stale.
the years, but as far as two people who should have been able to put on a really good match and a really good run, I feel Jeff Hardy and Randy, that match should have been better than what it was.
Oh,
Step
I mean,
it up.
look. It is two guys that have been in for a while and know what they're doing. They
12
should.
minutes.
It should always
12
be a good match.
12 minutes.
It should always be a good match, but
12
unfortunately, sometimes
12
it's
minutes of shame.
lame.
And
But
6 of
Daniel
it was their
Bryan
entrance
defeated
music.
Big Cass, who put him out in the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Yeah, he got his revenge on that. So
Rusev is the next rumored Daniel Bryan
match.
setup, which I know
See, why are they doing that? I thought they were going to do The Miz or whatever and Daniel
they
Bryan.
might.
What
they
happened to
might.
that?
That might have just been because I don't know. It was just something that I seen when I was looking at stuff earlier. It might have just been for SmackDown tonight for the Money in the Bank qualifier. So we'll find that out when I look all that up and watch SmackDown later. Carmella proved
She beat Charlotte
was-
Flair.
Yeah, she proved she wasn't a fluke, and that's not. I
Not
wasn't
really.
really impressed.
Carmella's
with that.
annoying.
Actually got injured.
She's hot though.
She's super hot, but she's annoying. Very annoying. God, annoying.
Well, she used to be part of the Enzo Big Cass group.
I guess I can see why then.
Yeah.
Big Cass is kind of a d-bag.
Styles versus Nakamura, no contest once again. And it's really
let's kick each other in the nuts.
Yup, it's getting annoying. Strowman, Bobby Lashley versus you and Sammy.
Yeah, I was there. I lost.
You tried to screw each other over, and then Braun
Sammy
Strowman.
leaving the match, and leaving me.
Then
hanging.
Braun Strowman, Bobby got the pin on you, and then
You know, I'm
Strowman
super
gave you
excited
the
for
running
Halloween
costume.
though to be there. I really am because I think I can pull this off pretty well.
And then the almost best match of the night, believe it or not, the Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe. That match was actually
The match was crap.
no, it wasn't.
Crap,
It
Jimmy.
wasn't.
In what universe does Roman Reigns beat Samoa Joe?
What universe, Jimmy?
In the
The
WWE.
fucking WWE universe. Yeah,
Guess
that's bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
Oh, don't pull that shit.
I really don't like the Samoa Joe guy. I'm not a
Whatever,
fan
man.
of him.
Samoa Joe is
I love
lame.
Samoa
I'm not saying
Joe.
he's not good. I've watched a couple of his matches. He's pretty decent, but
Oh, I love
I just-
Samoa Joe.
you know, you always pick guys who you like and who you don't like. He's just one of those guys I'm not a fan of.
I'm tired of Roman Reigns, like a lot of people.
I don't know. I haven't watched much of
That's
Roman Reigns,
that's.
so I know
just
he
it.
is.
You're
but-
so no. You
They need
haven't
to just go
watched
ahead
it
and
so
do
long,
the
you're
heel
just
turn with
starting to
him
get
so we
back.
can
Well,
all
yeah, I could
It's
end up
stale.
turning and
It's not stale to you
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
You're not like, oh god, he's been shoved down
Yeah.
my throat for 6.5 weeks.
That's
So
true.
They need
That's
to just
very
go
true.
ahead and do the heel turn with him. That way we can all fucking hate him like we all do anyway. So
Yeah.
then it works out.
Okay, well then what are you gonna do about his inability to talk on the mic?
Quit fucking having him talk on the mic. How
Stop
hard is
talking.
it?
Yeah, I mean, you just make him
Give him somebody. I told you what they needed to do already. They need to do a Heyman fucking
No.
flip with him.
No.
And have Heyman fuck
Never gonna
Lesnar,
happen.
give
Never gonna
Roman
happen.
the belt, and then
Never
fucking
gonna
represent
happen.
fucking...
Heyman is only in the WWE because
Reigns.
of Lesnar, but we'll get.
It doesn't matter. They need to do something. They need to do something fresh. Who would see that coming?
They should
Nobody.
say that he got in a
That
motorcycle
would
accident and lost
absolutely
his
blow
voice. So he
everybody
can no
the
longer
fucking
talk.
way.
Okay, so
He needs
Like,
somebody
that
to
would
do
blow
it for him.
everybody away. That would instantly make Roman Reigns the most hated fucking wrestler ever because everybody already
this
hates him for
argument.
fucking The Undertaker. And they already hate him anyway because he fucking sucks and he gets handed all the shit. So give him Heyman and a heel turn and fucking blow everybody's mind.
All right.
Like, how
So-
hard is it?
Hold the
Maybe
rest of
everybody's
this
going to
thought.
come and be like, oh, that was stupid.
I'll hold the rest of this thought until Thursday because we have 2 weeks worth of shitty ass show to discuss, and then we're probably gonna have another 25 minutes that we're gonna have to fill somehow.
Somebody get it to Vince. Go ahead, watch the show. Steal our idea. I don't care, but do something. You gotta do something with these fucking shitty, cheesy, stale stories.
Don't steal our ideas.
They're
No.
fucking shit.
Don't do that.
Well, we have it
It's copyrighted.
documented, so if they were to use our shit, we can go and be like,
No, do it. Fuck it. I
Now,
don't
don't do it.
Well, pay
Do
us.
it.
Do
Do
it
it
pay
now.
us. Do it and pay us.
Yeah, do it in advance.
Do it now.
We like money. Donate to the show. That'd be cool too.
Yeah,
we need stuff because see our setup. It's like shitty.
Like we said, Sammy needs
We're
the hat.
slowly getting there.
I need a
Slowly
flag
getting
for
there.
my page. I need to hang my belt up. I don't even have screw money, so help me out.
Slowly getting there.
Yeah, no, we're good. Hey, but cool, good show tonight for our first one being on camera because I was a little nervous myself. I'm not gonna lie, but we got through it, and we're gonna talk about some more shitty, crappy wrestling. Apparently, to these two guys, it's cool to me when I get to watch it. I think it's like they said, it's fresh. So
It's
I haven't been watching, so
It's not that it's
yeah.
shitty or
Yeah.
crappy in the overall. It's just I'm tired of seeing
Well,
the
according
same
to Bruce,
stuff.
I think he would disagree with you there. He would probably
It's,
say it's shitty.
It's just that we're tired of seeing the same shit,
Yeah,
and they
tired.
need to
No, I know, I
start
got
change
you.
around the way that they're signing people up for feud.
Yeah.
But hey, check it out. We got a cool little belt and stuff. So,
Use the talent you have. That's all I'm saying.
but yeah, hey, we had a good time tonight doing our show. We'll be back on Thursday for our normal wrestling schedule, and then I keep saying we're going to do a sports show for football and stuff since the draft and everything. But guys have said they're going to show up. They haven't. I would like them to get here. I also want my regular guys to get here. I would like Bruce to come and talk about some football. Jimmy, he can probably just stand over there and do stuff on the computer and get
Yeah, he
other
can
stuff for the show ready.
Masturbate and watch anime or
Uh,
whatever he does.
So,
That's my free time, not yours.
this is going to be our first YouTube upload, so please share it. Share the page and the group with your friends. We've already
Like, share, comment,
yeah, all that stuff.
and subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe.
Shout out to Leo
There's a button.
Marcoli. We need
There's
to
a
make
button here
songs.
somewhere. See, if
we
I
need
do
to make
this,
a song
nobody
at the end
knows
of our show like he
where
does.
my button is. So a lot of
We
people
don't
always
even
like
know
this.
where the button
That's what I'm
is.
saying. That's why if I do it like this, you can never tell. The subscribe button is around here.
There's also one somewhere down around the name
Yeah.
on the actual page.
But anyway,
And
look
a
in the
bell
description
icon.
for the page details and the group details, and please keep watching. Maybe that'd be cool. Thanks, guys.